Welcome to session 2, Going Deeper, day 33 of our 21-day meditation course. My name is Shivalika and I'm joining you all today from northern New Jersey. This is a reminder that if you haven't already prepared your foot soak, this is the time that you can quickly get a dishpan with lukewarm water in it with some salt and rinse water and towel to dry in the end. We have a time update for you. On Sunday, March 12th, most people in the US and Canada will switch to daylight savings time. The program will still be at 8:45 p.m. New York time. For many people outside of the US and Canada, this means the 21-day program will start an hour earlier than before. If you are new or have missed any classes, we have the sessions recorded for you as these classes are recorded. They're live streamed on YouTube. Also, you can find them on our website. For one-on-one help, you can request a mentor and you can request a breakout room towards the end of the program. So if you haven't already, you can fill out the mentor form and get matched to a mentor. So you can talk to them, learn more about Sahaja Yoga from them. On Tuesday, we learned and we experienced about our true self, that is the spirit. We experienced the silence and depth when we connect to our true self. Today, we are going to talk about how to have confidence in our new awareness. So today we are going to have two guided meditation. First, we are going to talk about the right side of the heart center, followed by the foot soak and a talk by Shri Mataji, who is the founder of Sahaja Yoga. And then we are going to talk about our center heart, followed by a live music. Towards the end of the program, we are also going to listen to our presenters share their experiences with us. There's a reminder here that Sahaja Yoga is always free. All of us are volunteers here and we do it for the joy of sharing. So now is the time to meet our presenters for today's program, Wendy and Sylvia. Sylvia, who is also our live musician today.
Hi, welcome everyone. Happy to be here today again.
So nice to have you, Sylvia and Wendy. Wendy, would you like to tell us something about yourself first?
Hi, I'm Wendy. I'm from Los Angeles. We're having a little technical difficulty, so I'm assuming you've introduced me. I hope that's happened. Very.
Okay, we think we are losing Wendy here. So Sylvia, why don't you tell us something about yourself?
I live in Chicagoland. I have been in Sahaja Yoga for more than 2 centuries, more than 20 years. And today I will tell you a little bit about the right heart, and we will take a foot soak together, and later I will also play a rag on the Indian flute, the bansuri, which is called Rag Durga, which is for our heart.
Wow. We are so happy to have both of you here with us tonight. So Sylvia, you can take it further from here.
Before we take our foot soak today, let us discuss a little bit about the right heart. We have learned about the left heart is who we truly are, the spirit. And the center heart is our confidence, our to be brave, not to fear. So now let us go to our right heart. So it is on the right side. And this has qualities of responsibility and also of leadership. So let's talk about a little bit about both. What does leadership really mean? Does it mean okay, I'm the leader, you have to do what I'm saying? Or is it that, okay, you tell me what we are supposed to do? So it's kind of like a servant leader. Also, if we see how Shri Mataji is a very humble leader, how she built Sahaja Yoga meditation and got so many of us worldwide to meditate. So a leader is some very kind and gentle and serving the greater good. A leader also masters their own self. So they know who they are, they know themselves, and they also have this respect. So I feel responsibility and respect is very closely connected. And then that also makes you a great leader if you use compassion, humility, and service to others. That, okay, how can I help you? Instead of asking, okay, come, help me, help me, help me. That we say to others, how can I help you? And that can be with any situation. It can be with your friends, it can be with your closest family relations, it can be with your co-workers, students, wherever you are in your life. It can be really practiced everywhere, that you feel tomorrow when you go to work or you talk to your family, okay, how can I help you? Or that you truly believe in yourself and you start with respecting yourself, and then take the responsibility to help others to also get to a higher level and to teach them what really is spirituality. What is spirituality, right? It is the introspections of yourself and to get to know who you truly are, the pure spirit. With the responsibility of the right heart, you also put the needs of others before your own needs. And another thing which we forget many times, listening. Listening is really when you have a good right heart, that you're responsible and you respect the person you're talking to. So remember, listening to others gives respect, and you accept the responsibility, and you're very receptive to the needs and concern of others. You know already that leading by example, for example, I'm a mother, I have 2 children, they're both teenagers, but leading by example is another way to be a leader. Leading by example means I have experienced many times that if I tell the children, for example, a small thing, yeah, clean your room, but then the rest of the house is a big mess. They must be thinking, why should I clean my room? Everything is a mess. But when we keep the house clean and then only one room is a mess, they get the feeling, oh yes, everything is clean. Let me also clean my room. So when we meditate, we also get a sense of detachment from material possessions, and we focus really more on our spiritual growth. So responsibility is not only for others, it's also for us. Responsibility for our own spiritual growth, what we feel inside, introspection, and then our thoughts, our emotions. Ask yourself, am I responsible towards myself? We will also meditate on this more when we take the foot soak and after the music. Just put it in your heart. Am I responsible towards myself? Do I lead a righteous life? Do I lead a life which is pleasing to others, giving respect to others, compassion, understanding? That's where we want to be. Also, your own happiness will increase manifold if you're responsible towards yourself. A very typical behavioral pattern, you can say, is when in a relationship there is a discussion going on and, oh, it's your fault, no, it's your fault, it's your fault. You know, it goes back and forth. But if you meditate, you should say, okay, stop. Let me look inside. What is my fault? And then correct your own self first. That's also responsibility. And the right heart also represents the place of a father. The left hand is the mother, the right hand is the father. And every woman or man has the quality of a father. And that is the responsibility, the strength, giving security to the family, but also be that leader. And leader does not mean only at the workplace. It means wherever you go, wherever you interact with other people or relations in the community. So when sometimes we work towards conflicts, when we want to resolve conflicts, misunderstandings, Just slow down. Okay, so tell yourself, I am responsible and I want to treat this with compassion, understanding, and respect. Okay, Mother Kundalini, how can I resolve this? This is the way when we meditate, we get more aware of using all these pure qualities to resolve misunderstanding, conflicts, for example, and keep the peace and the inner balance. But also, inner balance becomes the outer balance. If you are balanced, your whole family, your society will become balanced. So let us start our foot soak now. We can first raise our Kundalini energy and take a bandhan. If you have not done it before, you take the left hand in front of the body and the right hand rotates around the left hand a few times on top of the head, and we make an imaginary knot. We do it a second time, starting at the base of the spine. You can close your eyes and making a second knot, 1 and 2, 2 knots. Then we make a third knot, 1, 2, 3. Then we take the so-called bandhan. It goes along the left side, over the head, the right side down, and return. That is 1. We do it all together 7 times for the 7 chakras. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let us keep our feet in the water. We can close our eyes and keep the hands on the lap. When we begin our meditation, let us put our focus on our hands and register the sensations in your hands right now. Just take a mental note of it. We can take the affirmation with the focus on our first energy center, which is called Muladhara, at the base of the spine, or where you sit. You feel where you're sitting, the bones. We put our focus there and take the affirmation to Mother, please make me innocent. Please give me wisdom, honesty, and chastity. Mother, please make me innocent, wise, honest, and chaste. We can balance our left side by pointing the right hand towards the earth. The left hand stays on the lap. We take the affirmation, Mother, please remove all the heat, imbalances from our left side and take it into Mother Earth. Mother, please remove all the heat, imbalances from the left side into the earth. We can keep the right hand back on the lap. Point the right hand towards the sky to balance our right side. We take the affirmation, Mother, please remove all the heat, futuristic thinking and planning, all worries, expectations, reactions. Please take from the right side and take it into the ether element. Mother, please remove all the heat, futuristic thinking and planning, worries, expectations, reactions from our right side into the ether element. If any thought comes in your mind still, you can say not this, or I surrender, until your mind becomes calm. Let us meditate now on our right heart. We take the left hand on the right heart. We can say, Mother, please make me responsible. Please make me responsible for my own actions. Mother, please teach me how to listen to others intensely, how to show the humility and the love while being responsible towards me and others. Mother, please make me responsible for my own spiritual ascent. Let me have compassion towards others. Let me be responsible for my family, community, with love and grace. Mother, please make me a good listener. Mother, please make me a good leader to serve the greater good. To serve others and to give as much as I can give with love. I can keep the left hand back on the lap. Let us clear our Agya chakra, the forehead. We keep the right hand across. And we say a few times in our heart, Mother, I forgive everyone and myself. Mother, I forgive everyone and myself. Better? Then we keep the right hand back on the lap. Again, take note, make a mental note of how you feel in the hands right now. Then we can wash our feet. And we will watch Shri Mataji's talk.
The awareness becomes so collectively conscious that it becomes part and parcel of you. Who is the other? The feeling of otherness goes away. Now people talk big things like, we are all united, we are all brothers and sisters, and this. You must have heard all these speeches, and when it comes to wars, they will fight. But in this, you cannot fight, because who is the other? You can't fight your nose, you can't fight your hand, you can't fight your fingers. Nor do you help anyone. You don't help anyone, because supposing this finger is in trouble and this hand presses it, does it help it? Nothing. This is neither obliged nor this is helping. This is one. That feeling of oneness, that you are part and parcel of the whole, is established. Because of that feeling, that is such a tremendous feeling that you are part and parcel of the whole, that you get cured. The curing comes because of that innate understanding by your being that you are not alone, you are part and parcel of the whole. You are a cell of the whole body of God, or you are a microcosm of the macrocosm. This is not just a psychological or a rational thing, but you just become. You just become. You can't help it. And when you are that, you just don't feel you are helping anyone. I mean, it's just like you see one cell acting for another cell. The whole thing works in such a homogeneous way. No fighting, no quarreling. On the contrary, you enjoy each other. You just love each other. And you just see the good points of another person. You don't see the bad points. You forget the race, you forget all creeds and everything you forget. Because, you see, a nose doesn't say, I am higher than the hands. Does it say? Or the feet do not say, I am lower than the hands. They all are required. Supposing there's something wrong with the feet, you will just try to help. Something wrong with the nose, you will help your nose. You don't discriminate in your body, do you? In the same way, we do not discriminate. Once you become realized souls, whether you are from India or from Asia or from any other place, from England, America, any place you may be, maybe Chinese, every sort of faces we have in the cross section of Sahaja Yoga. You'll find all kinds of people are there, and they all love each other. You must see the way when these people from England went to India, to the villages where I work. The villagers, you see, just grabbed them. And they were so happy. They said, first time we are meeting our brothers and sisters. And these people were just enjoying them, and they all started dancing. Of course, they are very light-footed. They wanted all these people to dance with them. I know the Britishers are not so light-footed as they are, so they found it rather difficult. So they make them jump, jump, jump. And now they have become good dancers too, and they all dance together and sing together in complete joy and understanding. See, the whole attitude towards life changes. You become really a princess in the sense that you don't need anything. There is no dirt. If there is a dirt, then you are a beggar. If there is no dirt, you can sleep here, you can sleep in a palace, you can, if you want, you can get a Rolls Royce, or if you want, you can walk. What's the harm? What's the difference? Because the joy comes from your spirit, not from outside things. The whole idea of comfort changes. The whole idea of luxury changes. It's all completely changed because you enter into this new dimension. And that's what happens to your awareness, that you become collectively conscious. The enlightenment gives a human awareness a new dimension by which you are collectively conscious. Now, emotion gives us happiness. You see, if you love somebody, you feel happy, and you meet that person, you feel happy, and you want to bestow all your love on that person. If your children are there, you want to love them and give them love. But before realization, this joy is limited. For example, husband-wife relation I can understand, but about children, like in India, you see, they love their children so much that they will even sell their country for their children's sake. The love becomes like a possession. It becomes a love-hate relationship. You see, they love so much that they come to hate. It's a funny thing, but it happens. Why? Because it has limitations. Love has limitations. It's not infinite. But when you get your love enlightened, you get joy. There's no material give and take, but you enjoy each other. In Calcutta, first time, on my way to America, I was staying in a hotel. There were other surgeons, 5, 6 surgeons staying with me in other rooms. And one gentleman came to see me, and he fell at my feet, and tremendous vibrations here. And they all rushed. Who has come? Who has come? I said, why? Tremendous joy started flowing over our head, mother. Who is at your feet? They all rushed to me. I said, see this one. They all stood. What enjoyment, what enjoyment. He was enjoying, they were enjoying him. This is the first time you enjoy human beings, because you can feel the vibrations of a person. What a beauty human being is, what a glory he is, what a blessing he is, what a creation he is, you realize only after realization. Before that, you judge him, oh, he has got long hair, he has got red hair, he has got long nose, all this. But then you just see him in a subtle way. What he is his vibrations. And so many people I've seen, Sahaja Yogis also, if they get somebody, they'll all rush there. The fellow is there and they are all taking vibration. For half an hour I'm tired now. I said, now finish it off. But no, they're just sucking like a child. First time you enjoy human beings. The joy which has not duality. Joy does not have happiness and unhappiness. Happiness comes to us when our ego is pampered. Unhappiness comes to us when our ego is damped. It is something different. We are not our egos. We are ourselves. And when self enjoys something, it enjoys it. There is no remorse. There is no duality about it. There is no unhappiness. So joy is a complete thing. It cannot be described. It is just to be experienced and enjoyed within ourselves. And that's what happens to us when we get our realization. Our idea of love changes. Like we say, oh, I love this person only. Like your husband is there, all right? You have to love him like a husband. You don't love everybody like a husband, all right? Your sister is there, you love her like a sister. But you think all others as your sisters. Then you love your brothers, you think them to be your brothers. You love all of them. The love spreads like that. It does not rest in one place. It does not sort of stagnate. It does not coagulate. Supposing in a plant the sap is rising and it goes to one flower because it loves it and settles down there, the tree will die and the flower will die. So the love we have before realization is like that love, which dies ultimately or creates problems and it dies. But love after realization is a love that emits, just flows. You don't get anything. What do you get? People ask me, my husband, is in a different line and I have a double life. And all my friends ask, what do you get out of it? I said, I'm not here to get. I get out something from it. It's just to give, it's to enjoy.
Hi. We're now going to have a video. No, let's take a minute to relax and have our imbibe these vibrations for a minute from the video. Beautiful vibrations about the collectivity and the connection that we all have to each other. Now we're going to have some music, and Sylvia is going to play for us some beautiful flute music from the spirit, and we can just listen and listen from the Sastrara here. Wow. Beautiful music, really beautiful on the heart level. And the thing about the heart, and tonight we're focusing on our entire heart and how all the qualities of the left, the right, and the center work together to give us depth. And that's where we create this space inside for the silence. We make a space for the quiet. And if our heart is functioning fully and properly, we lead from our heart, and our mind or our brain is in support of our heart. So if we are making a decision, we don't try to figure it out mentally. Like we actually, we might ask on a heart level, well, does it feel good in my heart to take this new job? Do I light up inside my heart, or does it feel not good on the heart level? So you can make decisions and you can solve problems from your heart. You can also use your gut to make decisions as well, which is just your Nabi chakra and your Guru Tattva telling you what to decide. We don't need to be, our awareness does not always need to be in thought. So right now we're shifting from what we've been taught to do, which is to think all the time and problem solve and make decisions with our mind, to feeling the vibrations, being in our hearts, and making our decisions from there. And I've never made a decision from my heart that I regretted. I've made many decisions that I thought through that I regretted. So what happens? What makes us go into a state of thinking too much, galloping thoughts, lots of over-processing, and thinking? Well, what happens is we have fear in our heart, and this fear drives our thoughts in a kind of panicky way. And we begin to get into long loops, and we repeat these loops of thoughts, and they don't actually help us or fix anything in any way. So what we're going to do tonight is focus a little bit on how can we make this shift in our awareness from mainly thinking all the time to hopefully mainly being more quiet and being in our hearts more, leading from our hearts so that our brain doesn't dominate our heart and close off our spirit, because we need to be in touch with our spirit. So let's go over the qualities of the heart and how, when it's open, and how they work together. So on the left heart, we have love and compassion, but we also have this thing called detachment, which is very helpful. So we use this detachment to step back, and we can see what the right thing is to do, regardless of what we might want or think we need. We step back, we use this detachment. And the right heart, the quality of the right heart, is ethical, moral conduct, knowing right from wrong. So we're able to step back, and we know what's right and what's wrong. And then our center heart steps in and gives us the courage to do the right thing, to follow our heart and do what we need to do for the vibrations to flow and for our spirit to be happy, which is what we want to have happy, right? So we're going to start our meditation. We're mainly going to be focusing on the center heart, which is where we want to get it. We want to get out of fearfulness. We want to get out of anxiety and worrying and trying to solve the things we're afraid of with our mind. We want to get out of that. The best way to start is to clear the left heart, and clear the right heart, and then it's easier to clear the center heart. So we're going to begin. Let's take our glasses off. We're going to bring the photograph of Shri Mataji up so that we can have her vibrations, which are so powerful. What we can do throughout our day, let's close our eyes, is bring our attention inside, even when we're at work, throughout our day, and bring our awareness into our heart and just see what we're feeling. At first, this is a little new, and we start getting to the point where we can feel whether vibrations are flowing from the center heart into the left heart, from the center heart into the right heart, and if our heart is open. So one thing that helps us bring our attention into our heart is just to put our right hand in the center heart, here in the center of our chest, and automatically our attention goes where our hand is. And with our attention comes the Kundalini, and she helps us. So if we can't feel our heart is open and we can't feel vibrations flowing, we can give support with our hand. You can always go in, take a bathroom break and go in at work and check in with your heart. So let's put our right hand on the left heart, and we'll just close our eyes. And here we'll just say the affirmation, Mother Kundalini, I am love and I am compassion. Let's say that several times to ourselves. And here we can also say several times, Mother Kundalini, I am the spirit. Let me have peace. And when we feel our left heart is settled, we can take our right hand down, put our left hand on the right heart, and with it, our attention goes to our heart and our Kundalini comes to give support. You can feel the chakra just starting to clear and open, just putting your hand here. Let's keep our eyes closed. And our focus, very gentle focus inside in our right heart. And let's just desire to establish the power of the right heart chakra. To be responsible, to know what to do at the right time and do it. Let's just desire to have that quality that other people can look up to and respect. And here we'll just say an affirmation 3 times to ourselves with our eyes closed. We'll just say, Mother Kundalini, please make me responsible. You can feel the heart starting to clear on the right side and become nice, and maybe you can feel the vibrations flowing in the right heart. This is good. So we'll put our left hand down and we'll take our right hand and put it in the center of our chest here. Let's close our eyes. And this is where we establish courage within ourselves. Courage to change our awareness, courage to be in the present moment, be secure, be confident in ourselves. So with our eyes closed, let's put our attention in our center heart, which is just below where the bone is in our chest here. Put our awareness there. And we'll just say, Mother, please make me brave. Mother Kundalini, please make me brave. And we're going to keep our hand here if we feel like it. Otherwise, we can take our hand down and gently keep our awareness in our center heart. And let's just desire, let's use the power of our heart to desire to be without fear, to be without thought, to be driven by our spirit only. We can put our hand down. And let's put our awareness in our entire heart. See if we can feel the vibrations in our heart. There may be parts of your heart that you feel vibrations flowing into more. That's natural, that's normal. Eventually, the vibrations will work the entire heart out and it will be fully open. Now let's put our attention at the top of our head, very gently. And we'll just have a quiet meditation. If it helps at any point, you can put your right hand on your center heart again. So, with our eyes still closed, let's take a moment to desire as a group to establish this new state of awareness from our heart, where we are in our hearts, in the silence, in the peace, together. Now we can open our eyes. And if we have taken our glasses off, we can put our glasses back on. And let's raise up our Kundalini together. Tie up our desire to experience the quiet. Tie up our Kundalini. Tie up our attention. Now let's also give a bandhan. Main thing is to do it with our awareness or attention. Sometimes it helps to put your attention on your hand as you do it, or on feeling the vibrations as they are drawn around you. Nice to meditate with all of you. Now we're going to go back to Shivalika for some announcements, and then if you'd like, you can come to the breakout rooms.
Thank you, Wendy and Sylvia, for this beautiful meditation and music. Really enjoyed. Now we have some announcements for you. So there is time change update and reminder for you. On Sunday, March 12th, most people in the US and Canada will switch to daylight saving time. The program will still be at 8:45 p.m. New York time. For many people outside of the US and Canada, this means the 21-day program will start an hour earlier than before. On Sunday, we are going to talk about the inner peace and the world peace. As we learned how to get connected to our true self and to open our hearts now, we start establishing this peace within us and eventually around us. Now, let us talk about the program resources. You can always request a mentor by filling out our mentor form that is posted in the Zoom chat. You can join our WhatsApp community for daily spiritual messages, course reminders, updates, and the link to join this WhatsApp group you will find as well in the Zoom chat. We have all the live sessions recorded and even the live session links and handouts on our website, and the website link also you will find in the chat. So now we have two options for you. One is to have an interactive workshop with a senior Sahaja Yoga teacher. Ask your questions, share your experiences with them. So you can type in the chat to breakout room help, and you can have a mentor with you. Or else you can stay with us here in the main room and we will talk to the presenters today, and they will share their experiences. So let's welcome our presenters back. Wendy and Sylvia, welcome back. So I would want to ask the first question that first from you, Sylvia, that clearing right heart helps us to take a more balanced approach to being in a leadership role. How has this improved in your life as a result of practicing Sahaja Yoga?
It has helped me to be a better mother, actually, because a mother is also a leader of the family, or in certain situation, as I mentioned before, in conflict situation, that immediately you go back to that feeling, okay, I'm meditating, let me pause for this moment, and with the confidence, how can I put the love into it and be gentle, especially growing children and being with them every day. Of course, we all know there are certain situations you can't run away from that, but instead of anger, how else with love and explaining, maybe can you grow them, can you nurture them? So that has helped me a lot, yeah. And also another point for me is that listening. I was not a good listener before I was meditating. So to really intentively listen to somebody, what are they actually saying? Okay, is it, okay, they're saying like this, but listening is always two ways, right? Somebody's saying something and the other person hears it a different way. Oh, you said like this, react. And no, I didn't mean like this. So communication is really, can be very tricky, but if we keep our right heart in balance and just listen attentively, take a break, and then, oh, yes, I understand how it is meant. And then again, use compassion, love to reply. And we don't need anger to reply. We don't need anxiety. We don't need reactions. Reactions always, okay, let me react. It always comes too fast. So that's what I'm still working on, yeah, to be always very patient, and that increases the respect also and the responsibility for myself, for the family, and around. Yeah.
Wow, thank you for sharing that, Sylvia. I loved your answer. Wendy, what about you?
You've got some very lucky children to have you as their mom. I just
I
want to
hope
say
so.
that.
Let's see.
So sometimes we need to have respect for ourselves to establish this right heart. And for me, I was sort of dragged kicking and screaming into a role of responsibility, a pretty big one here in Los Angeles, because I'd been pretty comfortably sitting in the back of the hall and supporting the people who were leading the meetings for many years. And then one of the people who led the main session at the center, we had a beautiful center at the time, large center, and we would have big groups of people come. And she was leaving, and she insisted that I take over her class. And I was like, no, I would never do my class the way everyone else does their class. I just don't see it that way. And she said, then why don't you do it your way? Which meant I had to sort of have confidence in myself and respect for myself. And so in the end, I started doing the class, and I grew so much, like in a way that I never could have, and ended up sort of taking over running the entire meditation center and all the classes there for 5 years. And then all of a sudden people were, looking up to me and coming to me with their problems, which is what they do with someone who's a leader. And I found it, daunting sometimes, but I also found that I could be very supportive because I totally got how they felt. So this right heart for me, establishing my right heart, it was something I absolutely had to do to grow, to become, to stand up as a person and do, I guess, what my role was to do. But I do relate to the whole family thing, Sylvia, because, most of the time I was being a mom and, around the yuvas a lot and very involved with the kids. So that's also another way of strengthening your right heart.
Right. Thank you, Wendy, for sharing that. Now, my next question is again, Sylvia, you can answer first. And how have you overcome personal fears by clearing your center heart?
I had in my childhood dreams every night of spiders coming on my bed. So when I woke up, so my center heart was completely gone. Normally, you grow up, with feeling that security. Somehow I didn't have it because somehow I had that spiders, and there were hundreds of spiders, thousands of spiders on my bed every night. So I had developed this spider fear so much I could not even see a picture. In school, in biology, you have to, talk about this insect. And I started. So when I just see a picture, it was like as if I get a heart attack. Then when I started meditating, I said, no, I am ready. I want to work it out. And now it is completely gone. So, I'm the one in the house. Oh, there's a spider. Can you take it away? So with confidence and with some cleansing and treatments, and just see how much actually we create fears ourselves. It's not something somebody gives to us. Our mind creates all the fears. So then through the meditation, yes, I could work it out. So that's a big achievement for me. And it was really a big blockage. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that, Sylvia. Wendy, what about you?
Okay, so night of technical issues. But anyway, for me, I think I've always been comfortable. I'm a kind of an intense person, and I always felt pretty comfortable being with one or two people. But being in a large group of people was always very daunting for me. I felt a bit overwhelmed by that. And when, in Sahaj, you're really called to, to pass on this information because, Shri Mataji is so kind to share it with us. And, you can't keep it to yourself. It's this beautiful thing. You have to give it to other people for it to stay alive in yourself. And that was really very, very hard to get up in front of a large room of people for me and talk and teach about Sahaj. And it took, I had to really grow into that. And I think my center heart had to strengthen to get to the point. And now, of course, we're doing this. And I was leading one meeting where there were 800 devices out there in device land. And, it was a lot for me, but because I have continued working on overcoming my fear. And I think it's really that I have a fear that I will let other people down, that I won't do a good enough job to Shri Mataji was so, just like, God, amazing. And here you are thinking, well, I'm trying to do some of the same things that she was doing. And when you're just a mere mortal here, a flawed, human being. But I think that what happens is you work on your heart quite a lot. And with that comes this understanding or this knowing a couple of things. So one thing is that you can do it and that you need to do it. And the other thing that you also know is you feel that connection. So the heart, not only do we feel love and all these qualities, but we also feel our connections to others because we become through love, right? So we become accessible to them. Yeah. And they to us. And so this thing that she was talking about in her talk tonight, where she was saying there is no other, when your hand rubs your finger when you hurt it, it's not obliging. You are one and the same. And so you do that, you soothe it. And that's the same thing, that you are connected, and it's absolutely fine to go ahead and teach this thing if they want to know it. It's a give and a take. So that gives you this confidence in your heart, I guess, this confidence and this belief in yourself that obviously if I'm doing this, if I'm in this position, Shri Mataji believed in me enough to put me here. So who am I to doubt myself? Who am I to not believe in myself? So we all have to do that. We all have to believe in ourselves. We have to have that confidence that I deserve this. I deserve this self-realization. I got it for a reason. It's not an accident. And then we sort of learn to accept this beautiful gift that we have and feel that respect for ourselves and And it becomes like second nature, I would say.
Thank you for sharing that, Wendy. I think that was amazing. And I just remembered one of my experience while listening to you is that when I was young, I actually started singing from a very young age and like performing on the stage. But Sahaja Yoga was given to me by my parents when I was very young. So they would always work on my central heart, but somehow some competitions that I used to participate in, I would fear to, I had the fear to face the audience and go to the stage, and I would feel nervousness and all of that. So I remember I was around 13 or 14 years of age, and I had this state level competition. I got really nervous, so I just remembered to say the affirmation for my central heart, and I just closed my eyes and said the affirmations, and I just went on the stage. I made mistakes, very honestly, and but I was enjoying the music. I didn't care if, if I'm going to lose the competition at all and all of that. And when I came down after my performance from the stage, I sat in meditation because I already started enjoying, and by clearing the center heart, the satisfaction was there, the peace was there within. And I by this time I was free from the competitiveness, and I was free from the fear of losing the competition or fear of what ifs. And then we started to leave the place because I thought I'm not going to win anything today. But when we were leaving, I just heard my name for the first position, and I was amazed. And when I went on the stage to receive the prize with my teacher, so the judge, she told my teacher, although she made a few mistakes, but there was no fear on her face. Like she was enjoying the music, and we could feel that. So that just the affirmation on this center heart just changed the perspective of facing the audience. I was, it's just facing myself, and within myself I was facing everyone. Like we all were one at that point when I was singing. So it was amazing. So thank you, Wendy, for reminding me this experience. So my last question is from you, Wendy, that how has opening your heart chakra transformed your awareness and changed your connection to the world?
Well, that's no small question. I think I might have even written it. What was I thinking? I mean, seriously, you go through this transformation where you don't think as much. You don't rely on solving things, like I was saying earlier, mentally. So this is a complete change in awareness, and you can go into meditation, and meditation is a state of awareness. It's not something you sit and do. It's possible to sit for meditation and not go quiet. So it's very essential that you find a way, by hook or by crook, to go quiet. And if you aren't going quiet for at least a few minutes, or every day, talk to your mentor, get them to help you figure out. There's lots of different things you can try, and when you find the thing that helps you go quiet, do that. Just that. Nothing else. Just do that. So for me, when I came to Sahaj, like I said, I think everyone's probably aware I'm a very intense person. So I had intense feelings, very passionate about everything, and intense thoughts, very deep, like into the abstraction. And I would find my mind and my heart would battle. And fortunately for me, my mind didn't always win. Sometimes my heart would win, sometimes my mind would win, but there was always a loser during those battles, because my mind and my heart were not working together, supporting each other. So what we really want is we want our heart to be in charge, and then our mind and our thinking and our ability to, problem solve with our mind is in support of our heart, right? Not that our heart is like pushed off to the side and who cares what our heart feels. And, we can't do that. So what happened for me is For the first time in my life, I had peace inside, Bill, right? Like somehow it just spontaneously happened that, that my mind and my heart came together and they were in balance. And it was a whole new world for me. It was a whole new awareness. And it was like, oh my God, I can enjoy life now. And before that, it was just up and down. Like I didn't know, you don't know, or you're going to feel good or you're not going to feel good. And you don't have a lot of control over it. But now you have all these tools, right? And you can bring yourself into balance, and you can feel that, just that lightness and that enjoyment of life and the beauty, it pierces your heart and it quiets your mind and you see the beauty. So for me, I guess that's what happened to my awareness and why I believe in this so much, and why I pretty much would bend over backwards to help anyone who's even the least bit interested in doing it, because I see the benefits.
Thank you, Wendy. Sylvia.
Yeah, I can agree to so much what Wendy said, but I would like to share one experience I had. So, as I mentioned before, my center heart was very weak as I grew up in this fear until adulthood. I always felt fear. I didn't have confidence. And before I started meditating, one of the main reasons why I started seeking is that I realized I could not laugh from my heart. Like, it was always, it went to a point, but then there was like a wall, or I couldn't really feel anything anymore. It was like really becoming dry. So I said, okay, no, this is not the truth. So the experience I would like to share is in 2003, I went to Greece and there was a public program with Shri Mataji. Somehow in that public program, I ended up sitting in the first row. And then through the whole program, and it was amazing just sitting there looking at Shri Mataji. I have no memory of what she talked, but what happened when I came out of that program, my heart was full of love. It's as if I am in the love. It's a very difficult feeling to express. It is not attached to any person or any materialistic things, not to ego or super. It is just love. It is just there. So it was like all around me, you can say, and I cannot think, the love is there. And I was like floating as if I'm going on clouds. I'm like, wow, I just, humbled down actually, and was just so thankful to get this experience. So that is love, and finally, this is what love feels like, real, pure love. And then I went home and I still could feel it for a week or 2 weeks. It was moving on. And then again, slowly, of course, it goes away. But that experience taught me, all right, I want to get back to that point. And then in the meditation, slowly, you work towards it again, that I want to feel like that all the time. It was the best feeling of my whole life. I want to be like that. So in Sahaja Yoga, when we meditate also, Shri Mataji, through the Kundalini, gives you experiences, like glimpses, right? Oh, I feel so cool vibrations today. The next day, I don't feel anything. What happened? So it gives you glimpses to know what is possible. And then every day in your meditation, okay, I want to get back to that. And yes, you get back to this, but you need a little bit of clearance here and there. So it's a journey, right? When you go, I always compare it to a road. The road you're walking ahead of you has a few of, the small rocks, big rocks. Are you going to stand in front of the rock and say, no, I'm afraid, I will stay here, I don't want to go? Or you're saying, okay, let me move this rock. And then the next rock. So, and the more you walk on this road, it will be free one day, And that I got to that point that the heart is open. And when you hug someone, when the heart is open, that's the best feeling of all. When you hug your sister, your brother, you just give the love and the other person feels it. And then you just want to hug someone just to exchange that love. But it is very, as I said, not attached love. It's just giving and let that pure feeling of love flow. So Yeah, it's hard to explain, but
No, it's you explained it so beautifully. Thank you, Sylvia. And thank you, Wendy. And thank you, both of you, for the beautiful meditation tonight and sharing your experiences with us all. So, thank you, Sylvia and Wendy. And thank you, all of you, for joining us tonight. You can still join the breakout room, and we will see you on Sunday now. Hope you all have a good night.
It was over. She didn't come back to us, but what a Maya.